Hi, I'm Dr. Ritesh Malik. I'm a medical graduate, but I took a detour from conventional medicine to follow my passion for entrepreneurship. I started an app called Alive for Times of India and funded a project called Fin. While working on these projects, I understood the challenges which our Indian entrepreneurs face, and I made it my mission that I have to help these budding entrepreneurs build their vision and make India the next product nation. Let me throw some numbers at you. They might unnerve you. In the next 13 years, we are going to be the most populous nation on the planet, surpassing the population of China. And the most alarming fact here is that this population will also be a part of the most educated and unemployed manpowers in the world as well. We will be having the maximum number of job seekers on the planet, and this is very threatening. Now, what do we do so that we do not enter into this future catastrophe for developing nations like India? I believe that the biggest crisis which is about to come for developing nations like India is job crisis. We have to develop a sustainable job environment for our citizens. I believe the only way to do that right now is to focus on the small businesses. Most of our employment in the private sector is coming from the reliant, it's coming from the small businesses such as the shopkeepers and the MSMEs, the micro, small, and medium enterprises, giving 75% of employment. And the Reliance, the Tatas, and the Birlas are just contributing to only 25%. So they have to become the backbone of the nation. And this is the time for startups in India. What our current situation is, it's very disturbing to know. Our service sector has become the biggest problem of the nation. American conglomerates, the multinational technology giants, are putting their back-end software development jobs for cheap human resource to engineers based out of Bangalore. And these softwares are white-labeled by these American giants and sold at a profit of 10 to 20 times. So my question to all of you is that why are we not a part of this massive, staggering profit? The only answer is to make India the next big product nation. We need more and more companies like Flipkart, Zomato, Snapdeal coming out of the national soil. And this is the right time because the government is coming up with policies for entrepreneurs, for startups, policies like Make in India to make the rupee as stronger as the United States dollar, to make it as independent of the fluctuations of the international markets. So this is the right time because of two reasons. We have the second largest population of internet in the world. We have 300 million active internet users. We are adding 100,000 people every 24 hours on the web. And this is the potential of the country which can be utilized. All the multinational giants are coming to India as the market is exploding. I'm deeply fascinated by a country in the Middle East called Israel. They have made their mark as the startup mecca of the world. They have come up with beautiful technologies and softwares. And they are afflicted by war. So my question here is, why can Israel become the product nation of the world? Why is Israel having 95% of its GDP coming from startups and innovation? So I did a small research to understand why Israel is different from its counterparts. And the result was very interesting. It's not the difference in the approach, it's the difference in the mindset. When an Israeli child goes to school, he or she is encouraged to have an out-of-the-box thinking. They are encouraged to have a thinking in which they can question, a thinking in which they can challenge the status quo. But when an Indian child goes to school, he is encouraged to have a tunnel vision. He is encouraged to have a vision in which they force the child to think that if you are not a CA, a doctor, an engineer, or a lawyer, you will never be able to make it big. And that is the problem. It's the mindset which is the problem. Money is never a problem. It's all about the mindset. Secondly, in Israel, the education system is very open. They help children to think in an explorative mindset. What happens is, A fourth grade child in Israel is being taught about entrepreneurship, about startups. They are being given life projects. Just imagine, won't it be interesting if we have life projects in companies like Redbus, in Flipkart? Maybe we can have summer projects on Instagram. Why people are converging on Instagram? Why is Snapchat such a big success? So the whole idea is to help Indian students focus on entrepreneurship as a career option. Thirdly, when a child goes to school in India, he is taught the phenomenon of a caveman philosophy. Now, what is this caveman philosophy? It's a very interesting phenomenon in which they say the harder you work, the luckier you get. I somehow disagree with this concept. The hardest worker is a rickshaw puller who barely makes $4 a day. It's not how hard you work, it's how smart you work. And that is what communicated in nations like America and Israel. That is called the black hole phenomenon, that if you are passionate about what you believe in, if you are catering to the right amount of market, and if you work hard, then only you will be successful. It's all about working smart. I'm very fascinated by two other countries when it comes to social entrepreneurship. Two countries to name Cambodia and Bangladesh. Now, what did Cambodia do? They have encouraged explorative mindset. The government of Cambodia has a lot of funds for social entrepreneurship, irrespective of your education. Now, a farmer in Cambodia with no background in education wanted to be a part of the pond fishing industry. So now what he does, he cannot buy a boat. So what he does, he goes to a garbage wreck and buys a lot of bottles of plastic. He amalgamates these bottles to make a boat, and this boat costed him just under $24, and he sells these boats today for $99. Still, almost 50 times cheaper than the conventional boats available. He has started a revolution in terms of social entrepreneurship, and he has helped so many people who want to be a part of this culture. Pond fishing has become a big industry in the Cambodian region. The second country which has deeply influenced me is Bangladesh, our neighbor. A Nobel laureate named as Muhammad Yunus started a massive revolution called microfinance. There was a challenge that people who cannot get loans from bank, they cannot do businesses. So anyone who wanted to do a business, so his idea was, if you're a woman, if you need anywhere between $10 to $100, and if you want to start a business, come to me, I'll give you a loan. And that is what started the Grameen Bank, the world's largest microfinance organization that has changed the way Bangladesh has been looked at by the international way. And the basic idea is that Bangladesh has made itself one of the largest women entrepreneurship countries in the world. India is not lacking behind. We have a lot of product companies coming out, and these all are the companies which we are a part of. We have a project called Project Gorilla, in which we help entrepreneurs get funding and make them more and more mature in terms of their company stature. I did a small research that it's a very interesting thing that 1% of the whole planet, 1% of the whole population owns 99% of the assets. It was a pretty nice thing to know, because what are these 1% doing, these successful 1% that the other 99% are not doing? And then I came up with a very interesting discovery, which I name the alchemist mindset. Now, what do these 100 people do? The richest and the most powerful people on the planet have something in common, and education is not the answer. Most of them are not educated. And why are they successful? I call this the alchemist phenomenon, the alchemist mindset. If you apply these principles in your life, there is nothing which can stop you from becoming successful. These people take action irrespective of the fear of failure. These people learn. They lead their organizations. They are confident about their vision. They hustle. At the same time, they are very humble. They are enthusiastic. They are like a baby. They are bubbling out with ideas. All of them have a majestic dream. They do not want this or that. They want the entire universe. They think big, very big. They are strategic goal seekers. They have timed goal plan, and they are tinkerers. It's a Harvard Business Review term for networkers. So I believe that any one of us can start anything. It's all about starting a revolution which you believe in. It's all about creating value. It's all about constructing growth and communicating your idea. And ideas are the currency of the future. It's all about innovation. And let us all make India the next big innovation hub of the world. Thank you.